Me, I'm very happy that Dr. Renuka is present and she's ready present. She's going to start presenting her submission.
So good morning, everyone. Good morning, Richard, Ricardo, and whoever are present here and who will be listening to this presentation later. I welcome you to 1 Million Avocado Project in Uganda. I'm highly, appreciate this position that has been provided by Uganda Avocado campaign or the conference who are leading by the committee people who has fully supported this program. And I have developed this program in consideration with what Uganda would like to have and we would like to achieve. And so let me provide you some information on how we want to go forward. So thank you for being here. One second. Can you all clearly hear me? Because I got an information that you cannot hear me.
Doctor, for me, I'm hearing you well. I'm also happy to see that Mr. Kisirinya is present with us. He's the director of Uganda Agribusiness Alliance, one of the big stakeholders in Uganda in the agribusiness and now specifically on the avocado. Welcome, Mr. Kisirinya. I'm so humbled that you're with us.
Yeah, thank you very much and thanks for the invitation. Happy to be here.
Thank you very much. Yes, we will take some time to introduce ourselves, then that is also fine. Then I can give the presentation. So thank you, Richard. Please introduce yourself and then we can ask Francis and then Ricardo also to introduce themselves. And I will then introduce GSFN and myself and then we can proceed with the presentation. So thank you very much. Here, yes. Over to Richard.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Renuka, for consumption of my guest man, who is Francis. I'm called Welisha Richard, and I'm the one spearheading the mobilization or coordinating the Uganda Avocado Conference, first edition. And it's going to start on 29th to 31st July this year, 2026. And one of the ambitious flagship is the 1 million planting campaign, avocado planting campaign, which we want to face the bull by the horn, so that out of this conference, we shall have outputs that are physical, that we shall count on, and we shall keep running this program until the next conference. So we shall keep reporting. Every time we do a conference, we are going to keep coming up with innovations like this. So for this conference that is coming, we are launching a 1 million avocado planting campaign. And we are so humbled for the dedication that Dr. Renuka is showing us. She's dedicated to support us technically, but also mobilize for us internationally to make sure we succeed with the 1 million avocado tree planting campaign in Uganda. Thank you so much for now, and I welcome all of members who have joined us. We're supposed to have 4 meetings. Every week we are going to have 1 meeting, and we're supposed to have 1 last week. So this is the second, but I hope Dr. Renuka will add us 1 more week to compensate the last week's meeting. So members who are present, we encourage you to mobilize more people to join us. It's a global call. It's a global cause. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Richard. And I will now move to Francis, who can please introduce yourself. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Doctor, and Richard, for inviting me to join the meeting. My name is Francis Chisirinya. I've been in private sector development for a number of years, but right now, today, I am the Chief Executive at Uganda Agribusiness Alliance. Uganda Agribusiness Alliance is a multi-stakeholder organization, actually an NGO, which is looking towards transformation of agriculture in Uganda. I think those who might not be those in Uganda know, but those who are not in Uganda may not know that in so many cases, we do our agriculture not as a business. So our job, and the most important one, is to try to see that we run agriculture as a business to begin with. So we do this work as UAA through promoting value chains. It's very important. And specifically in trying to improve the business environment. So I put some of or most of my time today in trying to improve the business environment before we can get to enterprise development itself. So you have not seen me so much, the members of the avocado value chains, in business development issues, because focusing more now on the business environment issues, the advocacy related issues. But soon I'll be with you. So I hope you are bearing with me. But I'm in this meeting generally to learn, to hear, and then I'll contribute as we actually go forward in future meetings. Thank you, and thanks for the invitation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I would like to invite Ricardo to introduce himself. Ricardo, can you unmute yourself and speak? I see you are on chat. However, I will move to Michael here, who is also from Uganda, and I would like him to introduce yourself. Michael, over to you. It may be Michael is trying to get on board. Okay, he's saying that he cannot use his mic at the moment. So I would move to Aiden Mohammed, who is here. Would you like to introduce yourself? Nevertheless, here we are here to present you an opening. Okay, Eden, would you like to speak? Yes, please go ahead. We can hear you.
Yes, my name is Adan Mohammed, the CEO and chairman of Avo Prime Limited in Tanzania.
Welcome to this seminar. We are, as mentioned by Richard, we will have these 4 episodes of this every weekly meeting until the conference, and then we will continue further on developing this project. So I would like to, okay, all right, Ricardo said that he could not speak for now, so it's okay. So I would like to introduce actually what GSFN is intending to do, and then I will move to the 1 million avocado project itself. So let me share one of the very recent presentation I did for GSFN and to show what we are doing in the world, and that's why I would like to repeat that presentation for now in short, and then I will go to the Uganda presentation. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay. So GSFN is 5 years old now, and I founded this Global Sustainable Futures Network with a tagline of progress through partnership. And one of the oldest member here present is Michael, and also a founding member of GSFN, and many others have joined through these 5 years to increase the presence of GSFN around the world. We are present in 186 countries with 10,000 and more coordinators, and we are connected to more than 200 million community users. So I'm very proud here because, we are now moved from just talking to walking, meaning that we are implementing projects around the world now. And especially, I want to stress that GSFN is now focusing on consequential capital. What does that mean? That, we want to invest in projects like project investment. We want to invest in communities where we do not compromise environmental uh, consequences. And that is why we call it, like, we want to strengthen our environmental foundations, as well as we want to also use the human capital and bring the community well-being to them. So it is highly focused on social and environmental impacts, while also making possible economic impact. So that is where GSFN is. And what we want to do is focus on regenerative landscape, that it can use forest, agriculture, and other land use to prepare, more jobs, bring women in leadership, but also increase digital traceability and MRV, strengthen, food security. Yesterday only, I heard an documentary on food and how agriculture is highly important in mitigating climate change. Agriculture is the only, at the moment, only possible solution which can provide a large scale carbon sequestrance, as well as also increase, jobs and food security. And therefore, we are focusing on food agriculture. That is a wide range of agroforestry community projects. So here we are going to, in all our projects, we are going to provide a circular bioeconomic model, which can have create a long-term resilience, also bring in indigenous people about their farming and livestock, how they manage. They have indigenous people have been restored, protecting our forest from long. However, there are damages or deforestation happening. You won't believe that area equal to New York is being deforested every uh, second or day. So we want to increase that afforestation, and we want to increase biodiversity protection, which can create a lot of security zones around the world. And that is why we think that community it is the powerful agent to do this, and we want to work with communities on ground. And finally, I would like to introduce some projects that GSFN is on to now. In Nigeria, especially in Taraba State, we are developing 10 Pro initiative where we are focusing on cocoa, coffee, and oil palm trees. We are also having a 600,000 seedling project as part of this 10 Pro, which would also bring a lot of soil sequestrance and mitigation actions in play. At the same time, we are focusing on Sierra Leone, rice production and biochar value chain. In Ghana, we already have started a biochar project and bio cocoa bean processing unit. In Uganda, we are having this 1 million avocado initiative. In Ghana, we are having 5 million mango initiative. And this is all we are looking forward to help each other, network to each other. These communities will network with each other to understand the problems, challenges, and how to solve the issues. All solutions, I believe, are in the community hands, and we can bring these resources. We can mobilize these resources and achieve our objectives. And this is what we want, that we want to go from extraction to regeneration, and we are using agriculture trees as our solution. It could be in plenty of varieties, and we have also been joined by a very huge organization called Olifera International, who is focusing on moringa, mulberry, and many other trees, where we are introducing multi-cropping. And this is a huge transformation we are looking forward, and we need every hands on to help us. So that is where I will stop for GSFN at the moment, and then I will share with you now the presentation for avocado, 1 million avocado project. So one second, please. So here, I want to introduce what are my intentions through 1 million Avocado Uganda, and I want to also invite you to look at it, ask me questions, reach out to Richard and myself and other committee members to make this possible. So this is the launch. I actually did this presentation for last week. Unfortunately, we couldn't go forward with the meeting. There were some technical glitches. However, as requested by Ricardo, we might be able to increase one more session for this, and we will continue forward. So this is the we want to launch 1 million avocado planting campaign. And why this is really important? We need to think about how we bring long-term value and by transforming climate finance. So there are definitely core systemic crises, not only in Uganda, but around the world, that soil and climate shocks are now felt everywhere. We are having extreme climate, and the climate is changing rapidly, and the rate of change will increase every year or every minute. And I'm going to, as I said, I have listened to one documentary which was shocking, and I'm going to share that with you all later. And you need to listen to that documentary throughout, and you will understand what I mean there. So, and you might have been experiencing, because I'm not directly a farmer. I used to be, like my husband was farmer and we had a farm and I have experienced that. But we were in a privileged country, privileged atmosphere, that we had enough of water or enough of resources to take care. But everyone is not that privileged. And we want everyone to have that at least intelligence and capacity to get to that privileged position, that they can take care of their soil and keep regenerating whatever that they wish to through their soil. Soil is an asset at the moment, and that is what we want to emphasize here. There is an instability about the market. We have, and there are carbon extractive models that we don't want further to move forward. And we want to move that all to a better nature positive economic performance. And this is what we want. And so that we can increase the crop, we can make the soil better by sequestration of carbon, or we can say that it can become a rich as soon as, and then there could be a generation of several byproducts and several services through this project that will bring in money, but also a lot of jobs for people. And so we want to strengthen rural livelihood, advance climate smart agriculture, build resilient food systems, enable carbon finance access, and support inclusive economic transformation. And that is why we are here. And I believe we will see such pictures in real time. And that is the intention. And what does this mean? Integrated agroforestry solution means that we bring climate smart avocado agroforestry. So from the seed variety to the soil property to the what water you should use, or what type of energy system should you use, or what type of market should you go, and everything we should be able to provide this knowledge and capacity to the farmer. And that is what we intend to do. And that will allow us to restore our soil. We will be able to save our water. And by saving water, we will be able to provide other products and services that our saved water would allow us. And we will be able to also tap into carbon credit finance revenue in future. In 2 years' time, probably, as soon as we develop our first fundamental project pilot. There would be digital traceability, and that would start from day to day, like day one. We are recording this, and we will be recording all our steps, and that is what we intend to do. And especially with DMRV, GSFN has developed a platform which is the cheapest platform in the world at the moment. We have compared our prices with all the platform providers, and we have seen the lowest one, which has come to $1.50 per farmer per month, whereas we have 0.50, that is $0.50 per farmer per month. So that is the cheapest value we are going to provide, a platform with the cheapest cost. And farmer aggregation system will be there, as well as we will keep you EUDR readiness. Of course, avocado does not fall into it, but however, what does that mean? That you are ready for any legal or requirements in any country. So this is what we are intending to do. And therefore, we have selected some geographic focus, and these were informed by Richard, and we can still increase our regions. But I think we are okay with this also to move forward. What we want is that the leaders of these regions to form a smallholder farmer clusters by engaging with the cooperative heads, and we want to have a cooperative network where we can, talk about our landscape, we can talk about vulnerability of the specific region and address those issues with appropriate solutions. And of course, what we are expecting here is that the income generated through this project would improve, will directly impact on food security, and it will improve household nutrition. Of course, we know avocado is so nutritious. I have promised myself to have one avocado every day, and I do that. And we have to increase that avocado is reached to each and every person in the world, at least a small avocado per day. And that is what we want. And this would also increase the income security in the local region, but also throughout the supply chain. And it will directly contribute toward climate action. So this is what we wish to do. And of course, this is not like I am only a facilitator for this community-led delivery system, and we will bring all sort of resources that we can bring. We are very happy to give education on how we can make these community nurseries, farmer cooperatives, like what type of compliance are needed or what type of structure are needed. And if there is anything missing, we can bring to that. We are happy to provide training and capacity building short and big courses by uniting with universities. And we want to also bring youth and women inclusion. So we want young people to get excited about this project and be ambassador of our project. We are inviting all people, either you say ambassador or you say champions. We are inviting them to take their ownership, be the part of this system, because it is going to help each and everyone who will be a part of this system. And of course, it will be on partnership framework. We want multi-stakeholder engagement. And here we have already seen today that we have started with people who have come on board to listen and to be part of this project. And I'm very thankful to Richard to make this possible. And I extend the thanks to all others who have attended this and who would take this message to their stakeholders or to their partners to bring them on board. And what I think that there could be a several blended business model, that is several different avenues of our funding. So first of all, we can partner with development partners who can provide us grants or some investment initially, but also we can partner with agribusiness businesses where, the agriculture waste that is generated, we can immediately convert into biochar by, engaging with them. Also, we can engage with several other people who might be interested in saving water or providing water solutions and so on. We can also do crowdfunding from diaspora. And the community itself, the farmers community and others who eat avocado or who use avocado in various ways, why can't they contribute? So I think community contribution is highly important. Even anyone who can put 1p a dollar per avocado they eat, I think it is going to be an immense help. So go, and of course we will put this forward, this project, to the government to see how they can support us. Even if they cannot give us finance, we would ask for their support, for their moral support, for their legal support, which can help us a lot. So this is how I think we want to move forward for long-term sustainability. And finally, I think what is the plan that we want to implement? Phase one, that is, we want everyone to fill up a registration form and establish nurseries at their local level within 6 months. Then the next 6 months, we will allow them to get seedlings and training rollout, how we want the seedlings, like it has to be very, very systematic, so that we don't lose any production. And finally, within the next year, we will develop our DRV. Of course, the DRV input of the data will start from day one, as I already mentioned, but we will be able to provide this whole data as a system for verification by 12 months. And that would be a win-win situation where we can get our project registered, and by 1.5 years you will be start getting carbon revenue. So what we want you to commit today, that is regional implementation partnership. We have already identified 9 regions of Uganda, and we want everyone to go to each other, their relevant stakeholders, and bring them on board. We can have 9 groups who can lead, who can be a part of that big project, and then finally a central committee. However we structure, that is not so important, but it is very important that we speak to each other, we bring people from different sectors or relevant stakeholders to make this happen. And finally, GSFN will take care of digitalization, training, resource mobilization, and stakeholder coordination. So whomever you are engaging, let us know so we can put that into a productive productive output, so that it can contribute to our collective outcome. That is what we want. So we are looking forward for such a shared future for communities. And so please join this partnership project, which is like which will support farmer mobilization, invest in climate smart agriculture, and contribute to carbon biodiversity, as well as co-create a sustainable agroforestry economy. And I will stop here. Thank you very much for listening to me. I'm happy to answer any questions or any comments that you would like to share. Ricardo, are you from Nigeria? I see you have made a question in Nigeria about avocado. I am visiting Nigeria next month, and we are focusing on cocoa, coffee, and oil palm, as I already mentioned. Let us talk about avocado then.
Doctor?
Yes,
Yes, I have to come in to thank
please.
you. Dear members, join me to thank Dr. Renuka for the great work she has done in mobilizing the presentation. It is spot on, Doctor, I must say, and it aligns with the concept that we had developed. So we look ahead to see its implementation. Dear Dr. Renuka and the members, we have only less than 2 months to launch this program, and the work could have started by now, identifying which people are going to raise nurseries. You know, normally when you start a virgin project, people lag behind, they move slowly at their pace. Then there are also some high-tech proposals for projects that take time. Before they reach implementation, the project is ending. So with us, we are starting with the first things first. So the first things first, we are going to start with the mobilizing some communities that are willing to start on with the nurseries at private level. Once we get them, then we are going to organize, approach government and organize a training. This training shall be awarded with certificates. Dr. Renuka, here in Uganda, we have vocational training skills under Directorate of Industrial Training. So on that certificate, we are going to approach DIT to append a signature. Then in NARO is the National National Agricultural Research Organization. It's an organization mandated by government to run all research. And in this case, we are going to work with the National Agroforestry Research Resources Institute under NARO, also to append a signature on that trainee. Then, and also MAIF. MAIF is Ministry of Agriculture, and they are responsible for nursery certification. So the first step, what we are doing already, what we are running here and there to see that we recruit the nursery operators. There's one nursery operator who was joining, but I think he had no data by now. You'd have joined. He's already with 50,000 seedlings. And there is another one under the Archdiocese of Tororo. Yes, Father, kindly join that the Zoom I'm presenting. So there is we're also going to run in partnership with the Tororo Archdiocese and Caritas. We have started some work, and the priest who is handling is very energetic. Also just waiting for resources. There are few things that are coming on board. We are going to do cost sharing with farmers because we want to have these seedlings at a very affordable price, so that they can adopt easily. So I don't know, Doctor, how you can compute it, but we are going to require a nursery operator who is under our project to supply a seedling at 3,000 shillings. If you can write it down, we shall, I will tell you the exact money in dollars or something. So when this farmer, when this nursery operator supplies a seedling at 30,000, and we have got a donation, or somebody who has or one of the international companies co-funding the project, then they are going to top up on top of this 30,000 to make 5,000 shillings for the seedling. But a farmer will take it at 3,000 shillings. So when a farmer pays 30,000 Ugandan money, they will receive 10 free seedlings. Now the 30,000 makes them join that group of 15 people in a parish. So we shall start from parish level, and this is where our trainings are going to be. From the parish level, we shall go to the district. Then from the district to the region. From the region, the 9 regions we mentioned. Then from the 9 regions, then we shall come up with the national coordinating center. So for now, that is our approach. So we can only encourage you, Dr. Renuko and GSFN, to urgently mobilize some coordination resources. We could catch up with these funds, maybe when people show up as donations, but kindly for now, if there is anything that we can mobilize urgently to help us run in these 9 regions so that we can begin mobilizing for now the nursery operators, because we barely have 2 months to launch the program, and it must be launched in the next 2 months, because we are targeting the first distribution to be starting from May to July next year. So as Dr. Renuka mentioned, raising a seedling of avocado to distribution takes between 9 months and 1 year. So that means if we delay to implement, it is going to cost our implementation. So we need to start the nurseries now, and that one calls for mobilization running in the eastern and northern part of the country. Of course, we are going to meet the district heads. We're also going to visit the line ministries, that is the Ministry of Agriculture. We are going to meet with the NARO, the National Agricultural Research Organization. We are going to meet with some key stakeholders that we have to get the project started. Doctor, as I requested, we are going to continue mobilizing for these meetings. I request you to now have some commitment on this, because we have a timeline. We must have numbers between now and the next 2 months, and with these 2 months, actually it's about only 5 weeks remaining. So it calls for, I know you're already dedicated, but you add in more energy, you have some sleepless nights. I couldn't expect your presentation on a short notice, but it seems the work you're going to do, very, very good work. Doctor, in conclusion, I would also request you to come to Uganda soon, especially at the beginning of this project, so that we can meet some important people, the ministry people, the government people, and the high profile people, so that they have the blessing and they have the will. They have the will to launch the project. Maif is already in support, but we needed to show your face to show that you are with us. Thank you so much, and thank you for your presentation.
Thank you so much, Richard. As you mentioned, we are recording this meeting, so we will get all the details that you have spoken. We will structure it properly, and we will reach out together with all the stakeholders. And I'm very confident and very positive that we will get some resources, and we will be able to move this forward. Absolutely. Anyone else want to comment on this? Please do.
I would really love the CEO of Mr. Kisirinya to have his comment. You know, he's a big man in us, and he's a senior officer in the private sector development. Thank you.
Richard, thank you very much. I've listened to everything, and thank you very much, Dr. Renuka, for the presentation. I think you get to the issues, the grasp of the issues very well, and you are giving a very good approach to how we can actually reach the 1 million target. I just had one clarification, but I think Richard kind of as he was responding actually mentioned it. It was about the timelines. It was about the partnerships we need. Okay, so that we are in better position to actually deliver on this. I'll tell you very clearly that Uganda is such a wonderful country that when people see commitment by, for instance, leaders from wherever, leaders like Richard, yourself, they see commitment, they get on board very quickly and they get to move things fairly quickly. So preparation is so important. So in terms of how to prepare and schedule a number of activities that we want to do, we need to be really spot on so that when we now get to the ground and we get running, people, when they get on board, they don't get disappointed as we move forward. But this is something that is the country is waiting for, and I'm very sure with the trajectory and the information that people have available, I think people will get on board very quickly, and most especially in the regions that have been selected, Eastern Uganda and then Western Nile regions. I think these are very prime areas for us to be looking at investing in. I thank you.
Thank you so much. Your concerns are right and timely as well. So yeah, we will work towards it. Like if we get together all our brains here, I think Richard has already mentioned a strategic pathway, how we want to move. And if we have our willingness to work hard and also bring stakeholders together, I think we will be able to do it. Yes, over to Richard. Do you want to comment on it?
Yes, Doctor. I know a person of Mr. Francis Sirinya. He has been my mentor. I must appreciate. And me, I am just a small person. I would really that he feel that since he has joined us this first meeting, and also propose that Dr. Renuka, you come up with something called the Global Partnership for Scaling Up Avocado Production in Uganda, so that you build a team. So if we can have a team that has a gentleman like Francis, he can speak, he can knock doors in government, and I think they'll take us more serious. So I would encourage Mr. Kisirinya that this is our first meeting, and immediately we could propose that you be one of the lead people in seeing that this thing comes a success. Of course, it also builds on all of us on our CVs. Once such a big program is implemented and successfully done, I think our reputation can't be undermined. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, anyone else?
Next meeting, and maybe this time we are going to put on GFSN and your LinkedIn, because it carries a lot of weight when you post something.
Yes, I will. I have ordered to create a web page for this, especially our 1 million avocado project on GSFN website. And the next meeting will be held next Friday, 10 o'clock. So please allow everyone, please share with everyone. And finally, we can meet intermediary to also make this program more, organized, and how we want to move forward and so on. We can have separate meetings as well. So thank you very much for this. I will stop the recording and now.